Long video, yes, a wo giro ideka Pierre Ngwen, we are beach, and we better winyo no mati. Habipo yo wini, wati winyo lock onyucha den matika katiki bota la teach paluba makiloni James Kawalia la teach paluba makiloni James Kawalia and entero ngoma eno karokie eno biru jwaga madit and obiru ngata loyo ko piny me kumalemelo Uganda kidong kumalo me logo me Tanzania meno kabiru makiluni Kagera region and atiki geni la wu kaiberu kalugulo keni nini chake wa chakini wa ichawa mo wageo kede hangeuni oloto ibiru ikar mifonyo jami mapul. So mateni la video watichara nyema and alego ni wabed karachel alego ni ibed ki tek chwin kedong bane bed ki geni holuto ibibiru ikare mifonyo jami mapul anwoyo bane ni lokeni ni apeka kelone mekelo luoro bodano apeka kelone gwak mogono mepo kanicha baratika kelone wakwa beji kare mifonyo jemi mapue wabedgi kare mifonyo atero pachatan ngoma chamu kene waho chiribal kera jemi mukene tine kere kidonga kera no waramo weo jemi mukene ni wakuwa bed mabe ngeni wanweng watie iwotmeni ye and wotmeni ye peyotutwa kidong beneng ngeni kai beru kalubu the 7 signs of Jesus is coming beru kikar beneme wachini ya giki kareme ya giki la video riago obimete and information mainitika winyone ngoma anatika mini kitma anatika mini kere yani weng tikin riago maluba wero tie kidong bene kitano chatan benetika timune kere kidonga nebi malugopa kijom ya gikine technology obiberu romalaman kaini winyo the 7 signs of Jesus' second coming even oni adonyo ilokenoni matut anabiru karme mini details of weng kware. So for now let us go and then listen what you win no matter and abidwa mere manok abidu 45 but abidwa manok why 44 and then actually why 43 and then wachero anyimanyim otherwise la video ana joli matek joli yubman memo chaden on your testimony wa kolutu obegi karme fonyo jima pole
knows if another one is coming, they're coming to fight and kill. So there's that destroying. So I take over the territories and they say this, I remember they would say, this boy is wicked. Others, like they had that human side of them, like pity and love, though they were in witchcraft. But now me, who didn't have any emotion, like raised without emotion, raised without a family, raised in bitterness, raised in anger, in rage, in all kind of hatred. So I could not feel anything like pity, like mercy and what.
So when you killed them, this you did it by spiritual movement, obviously attacking them in dreams, sicknesses, all sort of things, and they knew they were in a battle with you,
with me, because now they know another prince is rising, has to destroy the others. So they attack, you attack, and then if you are able to destroy them, let them, when they die, then you take over the territory. So I took that territory for only 2 years. After 2 years, I had finished my assignment, and then I am made to be a trainer
of other witches,
of the now, or whoever wants to be trained.
Trained in anything,
in occult,
in occultism,
in astral projections, in what.
So by this time you're 9.
I'm 9. So I'm now beginning to be a trainer. As I said, that my mother, though she had that mental problem, she kept thinking that she can break this and I become a normal child. By the way, I'm also going to school at the same time.
You were schooling?
Yes.
Well, how are you relating to all the other children? Because you said earlier that no one wanted to play with you.
Yes, but my mother took me to school, and I remember most of my teachers in the earlier years, I could be in school like thrice or 4 times in a term. But surprisingly, all my school up to university, I was always the best. But I was not attending classes. I could not attend classes, but I knew like I could go and write my exams and be the best without attending classes.
Wow.
And I can't tell how. So I could, as a child, I want to be, there's a part of me always that longed to be a child. You know, even when I grew up and I became born again, I found that I find so attached to children than they, you know, there's like a baby in me still longing to be a child, because I missed that as a child. I missed that as a baby. I didn't have that love. I didn't. So it's like there's a part of me, a part of my life that was skipped. And it's not only me. I believe I've found many people in my ministry of deliverance that their child was robbed of.
Their childhood was robbed from them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know some people watching right now, that may be one of the issues you're dealing with, that your child, a part of you was trapped as a child. There are many that
By rape, by abuse,
by trauma, exposure to witchcraft, death, accidents, and all this. And when your child is taken away from, robbed.
So, lawin video meno kama wagiri yellow and ini winyo. Yes, totally kamoni maino ini en no chero school gichil and iya gikene beneka penyo beno en bedu yikar me karo penyo bene bedu la loyo pol kare timu penye mabai kidong bene ano waini te dano mukene mawinyo azina hiteka karo ki itekari machalmana pienen kiteno biru katimu jemine kiri enoni eno biru ka interacting kiloteno badi binoni tiloteno mukene ma ama gokmogono gin bene kitano kitimo en bene machamu kene tekari po biru yo tutwal jomo kene kivuru kedgi jomo kene kiloni molestation un mogo aninoni latin don notiki stress don notiki kiniga don notiki chwechwi wero katiti mjemi mukene timu labon kija so wero entika waini cha mukene enoni beniramo biru aria tutrali ka ino ni la okay unyu ini ilarea ni chao cha mukene pebino chuchu so jamine pebiru yo tutwa sainti waini ti dano mukene bene mogono ko bene ti winyu radio iti winyu yubman aninoni bene itia mereme itila ling ipeka katika maleng but iningeu ngomotimi komi mawero cha mukene jami egini bene onyu chwintie ma ipeki ma anda hinoni cha weng ibiruma ikejo pien itamo jami mopul and chwinyi pe yom pingo motimi komi.
From you may find it hard to function in an adulthood unless the Lord can trace back the moment of the trauma, the moment of the abuse, and move and carry you through to bring to a place of healing.
So ndu waini kajami eguni utimi komi chamu kene kadongini teki ama beru tak tutwal pian iberu mano itipo ikomungo motimi komi chone well chamu kene dealing ki jay mukene beru tek gwakachi Yesu Kristo donyi kwani achi ogonyo ino ya onyo atero onyo rem ma initika karokie.
Now for me my child had taken away, though as I was growing up I want to relate with people. I wanted to be, there's a part of me that longed, I could look at children and want to be like them, but then if I relate with them then the powers in me could maybe destroy them.
So en bana tika waini en kare enoni no tiki miri me biro oluto bene chalo lutino mukene miro biro lutino azina miro biro latin but inoni kita no tiro kere wiati waini Roma kimine kidong tero mano enti kereni polkare like uno lutino bala lutino so yagi kina bene joma ngi no bene gi ngwejo no ki kwaro gi peki yeni agube chokere so enoni birarem ma po biro yotutwal ama ikare mano en futiripian eno miro bene biru chalo lutino mukene ento no pelare.
And wait, were these powers out of your control?
Yes, they're out of my control.
Really?
Yeah.
So inwaini kita ke penye kere ni tero ini mano ini tikere ma ini biru kere ni no in petuero a controlling cheno waini no control mo pere. Now la winjudu enoni kela bene kapuyu wini kawipu kameno waini ochiero ikev enoni eno beri yepi nina dek kom nina dek po biru kacham po biru kamaro pi and beri karmi interacting ki Lucifer ki dano mukene chiene azina chien dano muto and tool mo pat chien beno biru karmi wainingo tool ma obiru kagwago en karma en tiri bano futpengeo kome beno binu and kawipo mabe mego ma obiru ki chak ko achili ken and obiru mwaga piara bichil so ki neno mamega anoni ena yeno odonyi kome and obiru ka doro en yo mapat meti mijing mukene main bene pingyo pien ko bene ni kain nano ento waini obiru out of control na en peramo controlling powers mano tie yes apien endong no ni jing mukene don chero time kumano and apobiru yo tutwa.
So I didn't have,
You show up and things just happen.
and just happened.
Give us examples like, because in in your book you were saying something about you looked at someone and they fell over and they
And died. I can look at a child like in school and I feel like the child just falls down and collapses and faints. Or I look at a teacher.
And when he kare mano entiki tero enuni kachi unenya nena komane iporo gok mogono beni to onyo I fainting chamo kene beni ramo biru la fony onyo kachunye chwe onyo la fony odai komo onyo timo gimo kitero ma enti keneni ramo timo gimo iken.
I remember one time I was in like early years, like after like kindergarten. I looked at the teacher, maybe she shouted at me and she became blind.
What? Did she know that was you that did that?
En beneti waini ikarimano en futi nursery class kindergarten menu baby class onyo nursery class K1 K2 K3 la fony odai kome azina udange so eno kejo ma eno kejo la fony enoni wae uchiaro chuta so la dete tipenyo ni la fonyo ngeo ni ina ititi mugine ni
To her?
Yes, because I think she tried to find out and say, you can. So she came to me and said, can you help me get back my sight?
so eno penyo ni la fonyo ngeo ni ina ititi mugine ni muwero en po biru kaneno pin muwero wayo to chi eno gamo ni kita la fonyo biru kalokere ongeo pien la chen ochiero chupenye ni konya weka nen pin konya wek wa uyape udojo.
I said, okay, you will. Then the next day she was seeing.
So madong eno logo loken malafonyu kati chi o logo kereni konya weka nen pin ma yabwa rune wang palafony eno ni uyape toko mabai.
And so she told everyone in the school, then they feared to send me out of the school because they didn't know what will happen to the school.
So la fondong inge ngomo timeni obiri kare me sharing onyo menwa ko neki lu fonyo mo kene ki dano mo kene so dano weng do duguluo wariemo en ki school no dong pe kiramo riemo ne pien kitamo ni gwok ka kiriemo ramo timo gimo iken marach.
Now that's the early years. So these forces were in me, out of my control. I didn't do them by my will, because remember.
So anyway ni menu hikare mano en futiri tego mano enti kereni no tego mano ti madit ma en bene po biru hikare me controlling.
As a 3-year-old, we were trapped in a cave.
So en no timwa a deck trapped in a cave.
So it's as if your will is blocked.
So biru chalu tuero ni ki loro ko onyo ki blocking o ikare ma ki chwalo en ikeve nuni ma eno biru ikare mirwate ki tuoli Lucifer as in a chain ma pat biru chalu ama tuero ma mege chalo dana ki loro kunu yo ma mege nyo destiny biru chalu biru peke ki kwanyo ki kano. So gin mano tiedong chatan haidong obiru kadoro kome.
You are taken, something has taken over your life. And I know there are people even who today they have not recovered their will. If they were involved in the occult, in witchcraft, in abuse, in all these, they may have been trapped. That's why they need inner healing, they need deliverance, they need now someone to walk them the journey of healing. You know.
So anyway ni ti dano mo kene bene majo mo kene bene no biru gikare mirwa ticket gima food pegu chang and kodi jemi iginu time and ino ni gifutie i un onyo i twech pachatan ma miro nyulo toki bed gikare melo ken gima benywa kutama konyogi wekolo togu bed gikare ame aki atero enoni mangate noni.
Oh, people can hear the gospel, but there must be a ministry that facilitates the healing of the soul, especially the people that were trapped.
And when dano ramolare, dano ramo winyo lok paloba, ento nongo ni chao, pire tok tutual ni olutu imo chalo ministry, onyo organization, onyo dulmo maramo olutu konyo dano mekaro onyo menongo ni chao tekado ngarumo no Yesu Kristo chao lalane pienini ramo ye lare oko ento nongo ni chao tero kare an kache ngarumo peke maramo guiding eno menongo ni chao pebero yo tutual,
especially in childhood. Those there's what they call the
tutuali kache iti Latin onyo eternally
the sexual abuse, the ritual sexual abuse. And because when I was there, most of these businessmen, the musicians, the celebrities,
chalo lutino maki mao gitatek karoki arem enoni pebiru yotutwa
come for powers. And the way to get the powers, say go and find a young child, a virgin, and rape her, sexually rape her. Maybe
kidong benentu waini ikare enoni luwe celebrities lulonyo lutela chamu kene ikare enoni ogichiero bore menongo tero now kadongu no tero wek tero enono ti chamu kene en were winyo chamu kene ni kivuru kila tin moni tek kivuru tutwale ki yenyo lutino ma pengeo kome azina ti innocent ma povuru kila chomo iken lemono kiwaningo you are a virgin, okay? So kakino in kivuru keri en no tero tuero timgi moiken no lonyo tutwale kadong otimu timmalike noni ikoma in so enoni a yelok ma biru ka gonyo ni la wo kache ini biru ka winya mabe la dirti tika katiki loke mabe da and tika wachio so wera waini chamu kene ka ini magolura mata ye mere kivuru ki ata ya gikini ka de chako winyo onyo lego lek mugu marayu ilego mane itite pi onyo itika mo ilero mo mano chamo kene jing mugo tika timi marach miri tam kirio chamo kene no chatan tika temo lwenyo komi ento kitma eno accessing komi obiru iyo mevoro so wero bene ilulonyo lutela musicians menongo tero makaro teka don kimini gi powers gi yenyo lutino gi yenyo jomoni mati virgin gi yenyo lutino kwan kivuru kerita tek ya gikene no ena itika benefiting no owero latin enoni te twitch pachatan machamo kene yone no ruloreo aun enoni arem enoni peberu yot akiye peberu yot owero ladito waini kano gwak mogo no dul mo ramo biru tie maramo konyo nyo ministry mo maramo konyo owero lutu kache jo mogo mano ama kodi jemi ono time komgi kiramo konyo gi kadongulare guye Yesu Kristo chola lagi olutu kibiru ki karme fonyo gi mot okay wekolutu ama gin bene gunong ni chao pien te karne peyot and peramo chang chuchot and to tero kare
7 like they're going to have a show and say for that show to be successful find a guy
They're going to have a what?
like a show like a music
ineno ni chalo luwe yes chalo luwe kache bichero kan biru azina take you me show okay work show enoni opong o dano mapolo bin yes ikinjemi mukene maketimo ena yeme chero ka yenyu en lutieno anyira lutieno mati virgin okay kakivuru king latin enoni ki mago tetek yes yub enoni obi biru mabe obi pong ngatenuno bi no chene madiet
show
Music show, right? Okay.
a concert
A concert, yes.
and they come for power and said for that power you need to find girls, rape them, sexually abuse them.
And as a child, in those early years, you were giving some of these instructions to some of these celebrities.
To celebrities, to politicians, to businessmen, and all of this for spiritual powers.
And so when they do that act, they're also initiating that child. So there are people that have experienced some of these horrific acts and don't even know that they were initiated through those acts.
They don't know.
so kitajui la win radio ana wachikere I hope through the night kany la dit benetima one en ni chamu kene in itie mere itie mere chalo ngarumo ma pengi ukomi itie mano ititimo tich pachatan la bongech ikuya ni in kibiru ki karme initiating ino ikuya ni in kibiru ki kare mediaro in iching chatan so la dit kawajo ne en luwe mogo joma yubu shows joma timu business biashara chamu kene kani business enono wot mabe business enono okel chene wanga kivuru ki ngarumo mati virgin kivuru ki lutiano ki maud ngarumo ni tetek ya gikene ngarumo ni no actually the benefit but lockdown tikuman lock maraj dong tikumani in maki vurukeri tetek in maki vurukeri ni romadong ki diero inobe iching chatan dong chako tichkeri so tichkeri ma chatan dika tichkeri ni ngat chani mo vurukeri ni ena dong no tika benefiting okay ngat chani ena ye no tika benefiting so jamine ama tikumano so tidano mukene ma tika tiu tich pachatan ento no pengi unity katimone ena ye lock makobirini la dit atika katikiri mogo ngoma ana biru ka wachi jui ki hope through the night kaini ni enity dano chan ini tika karo ki atero azinam kete kare mapebe itika lego lek mogo mapebe ama itie majami maraju tika timikomi ento in pengeo kitano lokeno no chakekere in pengeo chamo keneni itika serving chatan itika timu tich pa chatan la bongech ikuya ni chamo kene gok mogono ngarumo ma enivuru keri agin ngarumo ma enivuru kere ayodiaro eno pien gok muguno ino en pikare mo manok in bene pi miri me koma pe kwero onyo ki mago intertek andi agikine mistakes dong chero time kumero aria biro tie and inoni jami weng ma initika timu ne petirio jami weng ma initika timu ne penyako nyige andi agikine bene binoni jami mukene pe biro mabai ikuoni and aria biro tie maduong and tutwali no ngomo time no in pengeo gire but ngat chani mo timu no ngeo gire inano so pole miri bedmano igwake eni na ilok ma angeo ni kobedini dong la diti tika confirming abiru kawachi tien mapol and then benetika wajuni chani ni totole ka kimareta te onyo ki vurukedi gire ino itamo ni gok muguno iti namo iti miro mere ngaro mwani mere pitien ma chielu nyo pi yuega ma enti kerini and in pengeo ni gok muguno biru ka diero ino obiru ka tero ino iching chatan and ena no tika benefiting ena no tika no lonyo ena no tika no jemi mabejo and to know in chatan tika teach kedi in the benefit of ngat chani we hopol kare be in me gwake mafut pe timu gi moiken marai mafut pe pori ma ki ngaru moiken mafut pe tamo jemi mugu bere nene kama initi yeniti mabe because ya gikine atwe ma eni bi donye yeni aki ye pobe biru yotutwa arema eni bi donye yeni pobe biru ma yotutwa.
You find that part of them was robbed and taken away. And some of them, like this, for example, let me give an example. A musician, a celebrity, who gathers young girls around himself to use them every time before he goes for a concert.
Inano, omi example, ni kenen kong chalu la we celebrity mo ngarumo mo yuek. Mafut po chero ka yubu concert mo iken. Mafut po chero isho mo iken. Kong kelo lutena nyira. Vuru ken gio. Yaga dong chero. An lokeni ni time. La winjwedio kaibi cheri show mo iken mi bid me gwoke. Anino chabena wachi ni kobini ni dano wengtie okay. Angeo ni ka loko ni ngarumo ni ramu wa ni gwokmoguno anadeg development. But la winjwedio mi bid me gwoke tutwale shows moguma don madong tika bini gulu kanyi. La chama la wemono binu abiru gikar mi wachi ni. Angeo ni ini bibiru ki yuega moni ni. Wakelu la wemo yuek gulu kanyi. Wakelu onyo gulu siti tika no chene. Kobeni ni luwemo kene tika binu. Ka anabi loko kuman kibi tamo ni gokmoguno atika lwen ikomo development. Atika lwen ikomo don lobo. Onyo gokmoguno kiramo tamo gimo marach ikomo anpien atika miyo dano ngech enini. La winjudi mi bed me gwakea. Jami mukene titime chalo initiation. Jami mukene titime yomo mabuma ini pebe nyang. La diti tika waini Johnny kadongi tika chiero katimu shows kagitika chiero katimu gimani kongivuru ki nyira givuru ki lutena nyira mukene ki mago tetek right donka kinoni initi virgin wa yang pe ngeu ngoma kiluni vuru andi ya gikine kadonki mari ena yenoti ka benefiting so lokeno ni wango time jami machalo menu wango time kadon kodi shoes ma don ku menu timeo kidong beni kara enoni bene links obibiru tie jomoni ni anda tiki number palawe eni ni anda tiki nga kono ngongo gi abiti mu kolabo pol kara beru ka warning in loka kolabo beni bed meiti careful ma food pay mu kodi jamini because ya gikine in pebi nyankiti donyo kiri chingchatan kina meichero kanyankire no dong it is too late kina meichero kanyankire no it is too late la winjwedio very live example mara mo wachi Michael Jackson punge kito donyo kiri chingchatan anini neno kido tokere ini neno kido tokere Michael Jackson ochero ka ng'eyo ni dong tika maraj ochako dong logo jemi maraju ikom company mano tika employing eno lulonyo mano tika tichki an no dong ti too late nen konko bini kita kineko kede bene watin loke puka tika maleng ngarumo maki mao ni omnego en peke loke chero lingo chwich ka initamo ni ativuli ke chitem kwel niko loke chero lingo chwich ngarumo ikenu bene pebi katini chero kalugu loke noni loke chero lingo because no jochani go benefiting. That is a very big example maramuachi. Michael Jackson kichako employing Edman of Futiria kono mwaga bora pa kenyo pi kit style memiel mano enti kereni kinoni enti ki talent and yo moma me kwanyo en kimiyo chene madit but lunyodo pa Michael Jackson but ko bidi ni main teacher as in kar main dong teacher ka ngeyo komedong no dong too late so ko bidi bene wabi biro mano chwinywa yom do lobo wamayo business kitching lu Kampala watimu ginango excitement obibiri romalaman but ininge anyira dima kibivuru kedgi nino anoni Gwaki street onyo yuba anoni condoms za dima inibi no yuba anoni and igeno jo anoni wen jami marajo bitime initiations maduong obitime inibitero chalo yuera gok mogo no ivuru ki celebrity ibitero chalo yuera la win video win lokaya and papi volley lok moy ken ma anatika wachi no evidence tie eni ni gerati binu chalo don lobo but jemi maraju bitime ki yema duong joma chatano bikwanyo gi duong joma kividiero gi tie maduong Gulu is like a virgin. Gulu is like a virgin. And this is where they are also hunting for more souls to take. Pien kingeo ni dano kuya pin. Kingeo ni dano mapul pegingeo gi mo.
So those girls, they have been initiated. And then they go to their friends in schools and initiate also their friends and maybe relatives, like their brothers, their sisters, and expose them to the powers of darkness.
Ineno kitagini spreading kede. Nyira mogo. Gok mogo no ki yub chalo and pa celebrities madoni. Kitiyu kere kikono. Indo ki botwa kany bene azin ki kumalo kany bene tiki boyfriend to ki chero bene ivuru ki boyfriend mamegi enoni bene dong noti initiated a boyfriend mamegi bene no gok mogo no tiki girlfriends mogo ma en bene tika koning aguni weng ma en tika joma en tika kegini no gin bene no beru initiated because power pachatana no tika moving kare chani kai biru kalubu hope to deneda biru ka wachini chamo kene gitiu ki chene eni neno dano onyo chene indon ki yom chwinye ngate ni kire be eni ni ngati kire be la winjwerio jami menono pe yodba chene pe be chene pire kene tichalo chatan eni tamani pingo azin dano me illuminati gi poko chini la bon pero mo iken kay chero ko beni TikTok inoni jomo kene gi tipo chene la bon ti utich mo iken itamani pingo ki poko chene menono chene right enoni beni is an access point twari ti mate karibi no alibachele ken maini nyuni kwaki anto kai bigamo jami menono chene menono e biti yukere anti yo mabo kita ini bito kere no pinge kita ini bibiru initiated kero nyo kita ini bitero danuni in pebinge kine meipo kere omero ta angao ta lutini uchero mamani angao chero eno itika celebrating itika chamo chiene anto pinge ni remupa wadi kilurem ayetika keli chane these are things which sound like as if it's a myth. But ka itigi kare menongo lulonyo nyo joma dong ini tamoni giti initiated pengi kong. Ebe noni chwingi peyom.
What are fruits that we see in the life of a person that helps us to know that there's been an initiation?
Isolation, rebellion, addiction.
La dititi penyoni. La nyut mogo. Maramo like wero waneno ni ng'ateni ni adong ki diero bot Satan. Ngoma nyuru ni ng'ateni ni dong tika serving onyo tika teach pichatan. La dito waini acheli addiction yo manini. Now addiction ka waini addiction no imaro gimoni matera dada mape weke. Chamo kenira mobiru addicted to sex. Mano imaro vuruful. Taka gimoy ken yeo komio. Wakangaro moni okwaro inakwara reaction biruti no you know you are addicted. Chamo kenira mobiru addiction to alcohol. Meno kon. Imaro koma pat Odeko di chengo tieno no cha wengi biro me no in initiating no initamo ni gok muguno eno na idong kwa ento inipengeo kidong isolation eno ni beneramu biro la nyot isolation no idek biro ikindano no imiri bed keni kadano binu chokeri bi ao kari ki wachini ya wachitim gimoni kachel kono ko no imiro timune kini I deg beri kindano no you're isolated.
Anger.
Normally any
Chwe chwin kidong kiniga gimoy ken matiri chwero chwinyu kiniga mago yot eno ni tikin signs manyoro ni endong chatante tichkiri
manifestation of actual witchcraft activities in their lives, known or unknown to them, or maybe consciously or subconsciously.
Known or unknown, because some of them they receive what they call guardians.
Iti winyane chamo kene ibiti mujami egini wengo nyi bibiru ka karo ki ite kare enini either no ingeo onyo ikuya ramo biru ni jemu kene titime kuoni labongech onyo ingeo chala addiction kongi bero keni chamo kene no ini itero chalo ni a in mere maro mere you know chamo kene no ingeo nyo no pingeo so kidong bene eno ni chamo kene jo enoni kadonge initiating eno madno jami egini wengdong titime okay titime kuoni itiema idegberu ikindano idegberu kidano kachel ibe miro mere beru keni onyo chamo kene no itiema imaro konful owaini ini case kadong indong ki initiating eno ki diero eno dano no gimoni makiloni onyo jo eoni gino gimoni makiloni guardians angeoni unungeo mafili moni makiloni guardian angel so in bene bibiru ki karme no malaika maraju jo macha tanti tichket gini so guardians eguni berutie no gina yedongo gitika guiding ino itekaro nyo iyo enoni ma initi yeni wero pe biru ki karme akiye
A voice
piano gi berutie kalubuko in chaweng
takes over their lives, and they have like a multiple personality.
Multiple personalities.
Yes.
Now, beru chalo duon money. Kwanyo ino. Kwanyo te karenio. As in, beru chalo kiritie maduong. Owero chamo kene winyo like. Aramo mi example ni. Iramo beru ngaru moma. Tile mone makilunga ni maybe like the man of all seasons. Abi mi example eno ni mere. Ni chamo kene. Let's say ni ikinjo manoti tuodilu no itiye. Basketball itiye. Mono volleyball itiye. You can do almost everything. You are multi-purpose. So iyo pachatan bene chamu kene biru kumano. Tijemi mukene ma initiemu maduonga ta peke mekigina chileken. Jami marajuni peke mekigina chileken. Itimu jamine maduonga ta.
Like another person. You see like young people who like suddenly they call themselves someone else. Say I'm so and so, and you can discover that now another being is in charge of this person.
So me mio like onyo gonyo neto twalwe kini bedgi karmen yang in video ini chamu kene inge. Okay, let me give an example of luwe ngengo mala dito waja yen men yang niko bedini ni. You have a lot of personalities like ti dano maduong matikadoro ino owero chamu kene itimu jami maduong mapatpat. Ina yeti kinjo mamaru ko, ina yeti kinjo makono lukuo, ina yeti kinjo makono temu ginango, ama kakitika kwanyo jo mamaru montu twal inbene no itikine kenyo. You have a lot of personalities in you. Now, ladito wa example, o mi example wa ini, ticha mukene chalo vulu, o kamoma ichako miyo, ichako mine, kinying mo machamu kene peki mini chon kare gwak me baptism onyo, as in baptism onyo, lunyodo onyo ikare makinyo alikiri chilunyodo wa ini ine donki lue kuman. Okay, so ibino ni jomu kene dong o kamoma dong kiri do loke jemini do loke. Now men yang ni tinga tu kene mati ikom ngatenoni mati doro ngatenoni obi wero onyo chien moni madu donyi komini obi wero ini bichako loko nyiyo kano gwo kiloi ni o Jok Simon, onyo kiloi ni o Cheng Peter, onyo kiloi ni Okelo Patrick. Okay, indong la chende ichako dong luonge gina pat. Ichako luonge gina patya tutwale gini time kiluwe inoni la we moni kiluoni koman ento donki gindongi chako waini stage name tikuman. So la dito waini kade neno gi moni tika time kumano onyongaru moni tika time kumano ngeni tienga tu kene dong mati doro ngatenuni machamu kene gok mogono bidung enoni ayenying chien enoni unu ngeyo lokenini ati temo mere mi example wekini bed ki kar men yang mabe unu ngeyo tutwale very good example is luwe ibinge atini dong ngatu kena eti doro ngatenini kom nye ki kome peti atich ki gina pat. So meaning ka ana waini ana Robert amine azina kena dati luonge gina pat manyuru ni nodong awero kom en Roberti and atika ti dong ki nying mo kene an ngate no ne dong no ti kom an ene dong ti timu tich moni chani mano miri patim ni ageno nyo nang onyang point no ni. I should not take long on that, but I hope that you've understood that one.
So that is the initiation of what is being done. But we go back to the story.
Let's go back to so back to you're 9 years old now.
Yeah.
And you've been promoted after you.
So la diti dong ti wa ni okay. Kong dong wa doke ilokwani. Ikare ono ni no itimwa kabungwen. And kimere Romeo kimini initiations mapapat titro dong loke kore.
Did all the bad stuff you did. And so what happens after you're not?
So,
your mom is trying to find people to help you.
The way it takes me to help, I destroy them. You know, and I'm wondering why. Because if I was in the same kingdom like them, why was I destroying them? And what was that which was destroying them? Was it the enemy destroying the enemy, or it was God destroying the enemy?
And you were not doing this consciously.
Not consciously. So even today I'm saying, why was that? Was the Lord involved in my life, or was something else? So when I was 12, that's when the story I said about
your mom taking you to Tanzania, somewhere in Tanzania, to a witch that was going to break the covenant, the marriage covenant that your mom believed was what's controlling you, because you wanted to be a normal child. So on your way to that witch is when she told you the story of your birth.
So
okay.
On my way to there, so she told me the story of how I was conceived, what happened in conception. To her, like, maybe she was trying to convince me to say, please, let's seek help. And I could see she was begging. A lot of things happened during that journey. I could stir up the ocean, then different things. Then she would beg, please don't, please don't. So we traveled to this place in Pemba. When we arrived there, I tried to attack that man as a child.
So don't wati doke comes loke wati doke kom chaden kitano eno biru katiro ne we ati unyule wo kita winyo kiri and don't kid laditu waini okay kiteri dong kono ngongo gi biru kevni na dek initiations utime timu jemi maraju ngongogi kongdok wadok kamoni kare mama mani tika lokeri tika tiati jemi mugu kita ini beru kere chon ngongogi ngomo time kuoni kidong bene kare enoni nodong entika yenyu yu mekwanyo en gimoni ma obiru kayelini. Now, ngomo biru kayele la video obiren covenant. Okay? Gicheke moni ma obiru tie ikare ma en onyomeki mego chani memwaka piara bicheli. Ajwaka madiot ma obiru kamoma kiloni Pemba menu i Tanzania. So menedo o kamoma no temero neno kitme kwanyo. Kidme kwanyo chatan enoni mati yelo latine but kene kenyo kagiti wot giti chiaro latini ben pingi ngomo biru kadoro en pien jemi maduong obiru katime en wiyepu kare mano giti i meli and giti chiaro bene ka yenyo kony eno biru gi kare me yengo pi mene kok waini peitimia peitim choko chunyi peitimia en bene neno ni mene dong tiki chwe chwin pin jemi mugu matiti me kuopa latine ni chunye po biru so wero bene obiru gi kare me tiro ngo mobiru katime ikuone.
And the man begged. Remember, he took me and said, yeah.
So en bene waini karma kitere bene Pemba me dok tunku nuka yenyo kony bene olwenyi kom ngat chani ki powers. So la duty oberu gi karme me lego en work potim ngoma entity maneni.
Man, I am old. I've finished my work. Don't waste your power on me. So like he begged, and I did not attack him. And she told my mother, she said, woman, no witchcraft, no diviner, no witch can help this boy.
So kama mine otereni ng'ateno nobedo ng'at mado tekio kete notero kere otemo lwenyi kom ng'ateno ni. So mego enoni ma en otemo lwenyi komeni owajo mine chowai ni petie gimoe ken maramo chango latini, petie ajwaga moiken, petie tero moiken maramo chango latini. Meno kita jwaga enoni malatini nyunyiri otemo lwenyo kede. And ajwaga enoni bene olego en chowai ni inba anda tekio paybal teroni ikoma an paybal teroni ikoma an anda tekio atimu teragi moiken mamete makara na dong oromo chilo loke chowajo mienani petie gi moiken maramo chango latini ni, petie tero moiken, petie ajwaga moiken maramo kwanyo ngo matika yelo latini ni.
If you need him to be helped, take him. That man was called Sultan. He was a Muslim.
Ngatenoni nokiloni Sultan obedo chilam chowacheni kaimiro ni latini ni onong ni chao.
Said, take him to the church.
Chwale ikanicha. Menu chilam Sultan matie ipemba menu i Tanzania muyuek bane madotiyo kero ne dong tichero katum owajo latini ni pe bal kero ni pe bal tero ni koma anda tiyo atimu gi moiken mamete kare no do romo pe bal tero ni chowajo minini petie gi moiken maramo chango latini ni, petie ajwaga moiken maramo chango latini ni, ento iramo chwale ikanicha. Menu chilam Sultan Kipemba.
Wow. And that's a witch. Tell my mother, take him to the church. No.
Menu Sultan ba Sultan la winvedio bene no tia jwaga.
No one can help him. And mother,
ngaru moiken maramo konyo en pere.
My mother said, no, you know what? And the man told my mother, now let me.
So mine otemo chiero lok chila diti doko lok.
Let me show you that no one can help him.
Chi ajwaga eoni ma mine obiru ka chiero ne nyero waini oke weka nyuti ni petie ngarumo iken maramo chango latini ni nen kany.
So he built a hut.
Ogeru otlumo.
You know, hut like built with mud and what, and put me in the hut and covered with grass.
Ogeru otlumo chi okero en iye kunu
and set it on fire.
Chi ochwinyo mach.
My mother was crying. My son said, no, you wait.
Ochwinyo mach mine uchako koro latina. Ajwaga enoni owaini bedmot amiro nyuti ni petie ngaru moiken maramoti mugi moiken maramu chango latini ni bedmot.
So when the fire died, I was not in the hut. And that
enwaini kare madong mach enoni makichwinyo chero katum ot lume noni do wango tumoro latini oni nodong pe pere I ot lume noni
small house. Man said, what happened? Then he told her.
So mene do penyo ngomo time chemuzeni matia jwaga muyuek bene makiloni Sultan uchako tiete.
He's back home. You go home.
Chowaini nyeri odoko gang kai mire nene cheto gang even no noti gang.
He has returned home, not using now the mean the ship, not using the car, and I projected back home.
So eno bedo ki kar me do gang la boti ki mutoka moiken labo tichki mutoka labo tichki kono meli kono pi kongo ento dong me aki ot lumeno ni magiti wango neni ochero direct wagang.
Now that's something you've already been doing before then.
Now that one I knew how to do it. I began that at the age of 5-6.
NYN
So
laditi openyo ni eone yegi moma no itwero timo ne onyo food no ichaga chila dito gamoni eno do chako timo ne chon ikare mano entimo agabichil kanibe ni loro any ot ibidonyi oteno ni bino no dong NP la winjiri ini neno ma Nigerian movies me neno chen mogo no time no dong pe. So enbo waini o chako timo ne mano timo agabichil so kikero any ot loom menyuru mine ni petienga rumo iken maramo chango la tiene yero yubo od loom o kero latini yu fungo o chwinyo mach majo wango wen kwijo tumo utobe kichero kicheki kinoni au bini peye mine ukoko waini ngomo time ajwaga no waini odoko gang yeni cheri bibiru ki karmen no gang enoni menyuru mineni petienga rumo iken maramoti mugi moiken ikom latineni
Project, I left the heart, traveled back home because from the age of 6 I could do astral travels, travel from different places without using natural means.
So enwaini hikari madong eno chako timu jemi uni manoti mwabichil manora mochero kamoiken labo tichki mutoka kunungongo gi gi wot moiken mano entiu kiri kare manoti mwabichil no pere ento tuero biru kamoiken ma en miro birie.
So that man tells my mom, take him to the church.
So Sultan ajwaga enoni tietani chwalatini ikanicha.
So she comes home, finds me back home normal and say, why did you do this?
So mine dong dogang no en dong tigang chupinyo ni pingo itim gineoni.
So she gets me and takes me to the bishop.
So madong mine no en gang penyo ni itimo gineoni nining pingone kikenyo dong mine tingu en chwale iching bishop la winjiri wati o kamoma miro ni iwin loke ni kore kikore abitero loke ni mot amiro ni iwin loke ni kore kikore dire maja obibiru kikare bikonyi.
Who conducted the wedding?
Now ubi yeni adwok manok la dito waini mine ochwale iching bishop. Okay, ochwale iching bishop pien kiwache ni petieng arumo iken maramo chango latine chiki nyuru sample menyute dani latine petia jwak moiken maramo chango en. So mamene do gang ochiero ono latine tigang okwanyo en ochwalo iching bishop piendon ke waini ochwali kanicha. So endo okwanyo en ochwalo iching bishop. Now la winjiri lokete kumani bishop enini makichwalo eni yeni ena ye bishop chiani mo ribugi mo ribu en mano enti tuweyo la gate ki ajwaga i Tanzania. This time endong ng'eyo piny ento kar ma bishop enoni ribugi chalo la cho kidago eno futi nina cheleken chieng bene no fut puporo mego chiani no ti ajwaga mo ywek madiot chako acheleken mwaga piara bichel ti nyome ki latin menina chiel kare enoni no en futi latin. But this time madong kichwale ni te kanicha ki leg pire. Dogo pori ching en Bishop Acheli.
And many relatives, like their brothers, their sisters, and expose them to the powers of darkness.
What are fruits that we see in the life of a person?
Not using natural means. So that man tells my mom, take him to the church. So she comes home, finds me back home normal, and say, why did you do this? So she gets me and takes me to the bishop who conducted the wedding.
Oh.
Iti winyane. Nyomaleng. Obiro en bishopi. Bishop enoni ayuri bugi. Pien makichiero ma pien mine nodo chike. Ikai nyualo latina wubi. Mirene ni machieng football por. Ke logo botwa kany. Maki kwanyo en mat immediately maki nyuale ko man. Chieng no football poro mine olueyo ke oriat. Orio ochirivua. Kama kimine latine ki yeni. Iko bota juaga ma wacheni wabi mini latin wabi kwanyo latine uni binyualo. Ento mirene ni machieng football poro. Bien. Adama en tiero kono noni celebrations dong tie dano duong ata dano bene mangene politicians bene mangene gin wengiti kono, and then kwe obiru tie maka ya choli kan kiramo waini nyom tekwaro. Okay, nyom acholi yaga dong kanicha. So kikunu bene obiru kumano. Ajwaki obiru tie. And jami mochero time kuno obiru duong. Ini winyo la wo. Lokinati nuena wa winyo la wo. And then afterwards Bishop obinu bene. So Bishop o representing kanicha. Gutwe la ghetto. Ento latin ma tinina chele ken. Titwe la get ki mego mati mwaka piara bichel. So latindo tekio okaro kite kare mapol. Okaro kite kare mapol. Madong mene chwe edong tie. En miro breaking cash money. Pala mego chane. As in pa mego chane. Ento donki wache ningo petie ngarumo eken maramo kwanyo achiena onyo ama kwanyo jami mati yelo latin enoni onyo kit pa latin enoni peloke petie ngarumo eken maramongo chango ne chiki nyuro example ki wango otlumano latinity ye Sultan ajwaga eoni wainingo tehi kanicha. Racha dong tieni kaki chwali kanicha doki rwate ki en bishop enoni mauribugi ki ajwaga chani.
Because that's the church she knew.
This is the bishop who conducted the wedding, marrying you to a 60-year-old witch, and then your mom takes you back to the same bishop.
To say, she tells that bishop, about me, what I've been doing, and he says, yes, I've been hearing about him, but I think we can help him. Now I realize.
So, ni mego chero about bishop, en no ngeo mere, en kanicha enoni. So endong chero about bishop. Kit palatine. Latina kuman. Bishop dongamani. Ya, abiru ka winyo loke, abiru ka winyo kono ngongogi. Waramo konyo en.
Later, he accepted me not to, because now it was like put me in school, in the seminary, like join like the the seminarian to be a priest. But what he wanted was to investigate these powers. So he puts me in this school, in a seminary, and he is interested. I remember he could call priests and bishops to just sit around me and like investigate and ask me questions, interview me about the powers, about the forces. And
Wait, I'm trying to understand. When you say the took you to, so you were in seminary at
Yes.
12?
12.
And what, were you learning the Bible?
So, Mado Tero, anything bishop. Bishop don't whine genati ke kadnieri seminary. So, kareoni no enti mwa para rio. La diti dong cherry is seminary. But enti whine peten loke ni bishop no mironi ki chae onyo ki kwany en chien onyo jok mati yelo eni. Ento bishop no mission iti mapat. Oye gire nyim mine ento bishop no mission iti mapat. Bishop no tim miro kwedo kita wobini no ke the powers. So we are joining a seminary. Ki seminary kenyo luo dano luo as in paddy onyo dano mukene me binu ka kwed ka penyo la pen.
Were you, so what kind of,
I'm supposed to be like in a normal school because early of the seminary, you're like in a normal secondary school.
okay, a normal secondary school, but it's called a seminary. But it's run by what, the church in Quaker. Yeah. Okay.
So
Sanwaini en ma apario. En no mirine tiengo maybe it's school. But obviously ni it's seminary mwa apario ngongogi no biru chalu secondary school gi ngongo kom school ki come. Ento no jomaloyo no dano mekanicha. Okay? No dano mekanicha iloyo chalo padi gi sisters gi angagi no ama loyo school enoni so no ikwano gere kit lutino mukene kwano kere but dini bene no kifunye barendok megeni no dok but instead no kitika kwedo en menyan kita en no ke the powers ma megeni.
I am there, and I thought I was now going to be like a student, go learn about the Bible, learn about God, and become.
So, en bene no ngeo ni obiberu I seminary mekwan menyang lok mukene matut ikom Bible menyang matut ikom luba jemi mapol
A priest.
kedong ya gekene no biberu padi eno bichero ka kwano Bible menyang matut ikom luba jemi mapol ya gekene beru padi kita en no biago kere.
Realize now,
They were just interested in your power.
I'm just interested in not even to educate me. They're interested in the powers.
So, enwe ni enoni mere ubiru mere mi jami but miri pa bishop ki jone no miri netie men okay no miri giti kom tego pa en tego money chani en no power zeki kwe you know en timu jami nini ning so no giti kwedo ne biru chalo dung gine dok giti school gimiro niang kita wobini no powers mamege when you tego nekiye.
Most of the time, I am there from the age of 12. That year, I'm there. I am living in the same house with a priest.
So when en kare oni me school when tie I seminary ento beru I ota chiel ka chiel ki padi.
And every night they come with books.
So neno ke neno idiwo padi ki jone binu ki vuk
with what to ask me
kidong bene la pen me penyo en
about the spirit world.
kidong ki penyo la pen mo makwako azina lobo me chwin.
So they ask me this and that and that.
Go biro ka penyo la pen maduong ata.
And I enjoy it. I enjoy it being in charge.
So endok no tiki yom chwin pien no giti penye endong biruchelo ti boss pien biruchelo tiki la game weng.
All my life I always enjoy like to be in charge, to control others. Like there was
So ingeo I kare maeno biru iyene onyo ikuone eno miro biru chalo boss in charge. So kadong like paddy ke jone go binu ka penye la peny no yomo chwinye ya pien endong biru chalo dong tiu terra pien no ngeo biru chalo ngeo gi moy kendong magiti penye ni
a deficit in me, and so I'm taking them out the powers. They are writing this, they are like researchers, they are sitting around me.
So biru chalo research down to ngata mago binu paddy no binu giti room giti penye giti maro en giti bon come giti timugina ngo jemi mapola ta gemiro niang awobi ni mono no tero neki kwane timu jami neni ning ento kigang no mego ngeo ningo kigang mego ngeo ni latin tika kwan latin ti seminare ka latin ukaro obibiru padi.
This is going on for what? Years?
For a year.
So
tekare eno ni weng ma eno bedi seminary ochwalo onyo obedi ekonopi mwagachiel.
all that time you didn't learn anything about Jesus, about scriptures, and you were in a Christian environment in quotes.
So kiti penye ni kare oni weng in pe biru gi kare me fonyo ama lokom Kristo lokom Bible ngongi eno waini gi moy ken makifonye lokom Bible nyu kom Yesu Kristo oberu peke.
But I'm not learning about God. I'm learning I'm not learning.
You're teaching them.
They're teaching.
So and when en po beru ka fonyo gi moy ken instead gina yego beru kanongo information kibore
For me. So I remember the end of the year, this bishop and another priest, they told me, we have a scholarship for you.
So en we po ikare mano ama mwagati chero katum en bishop enoni don wache ningo watiki scholarship piri
We are going to send you to Europe
wabichwali Ulaya
for training.
Wabichwali Ulaya menongongo fony on your training. La win video win loken in mot ba ati tero ne mot loke pire tek.
And so in me I thought, okay, I needed, but they told me they needed the consent of my father.
So madonki wache ni wabi mi scholarship wabichwali Ulaya kakwan. So donki wache ni ento wamiro tuero pa babani wamiro tuero pa woru.
So my father, that's the first time I'm seeing my father.
So kare enoni ayedo biru tiene me achiel bene meneno wone.
He came to the school to
Obino is school.
sign the papers,
So signing karatach
my documentation,
ki document soko weng.
because I was now going to be moved from Uganda to go to Europe.
So no donki bi kwanyo en me aki Uganda kan mechero Ulaya.
And so with Bavin, so you're 16 now.
No. I'm 13.
You're still 13. Oh, you said 4 years later.
So la dito penyo ni no de timu akapara bichelo en waini kuo na timu akapara der.
No, 2 years.
2 years later. So okay.
So I'm
Nenu inge mwagario.
13, and now they tell me you have a scholarship to
So endong timu akapara der anigiti wacheni entiki scholarship.
go and study in Europe.
Mechero kakwan Ulaya.
Now, for the sake of the sensitivity of this, I may not mention.
So owaini information ni ti sensitive po biberu ki kar metero jami mukene chalo nyingine.
They were. But
Can you tell us the country?
I was in Italy.
So po tero jami mukene badong la dito penyo ni okay wachwa kong dong ama lobone chila dito waini Italy.
Italy, okay.
In Italy. So I'm sent to Italy.
En kichwale Italy. La winjuri unungeo Italy. Ungeo ngomati me Italy. Unungeo ngomati Italy. En pete mong
for
At 13.
at 13.
mwaka para dek kichwale Italy meni Ulaya
I'm going without my mother. I'm going alone
en tichiero i Ulaya labo mine tichiero kene
with a group of priests.
kidong tichiero kipadi mukene.
I remember the two priests had come from Italy. They were sent from Italy to come and investigate.
So ikare mano kiti ka kwedo ikom en terone ki jemi mukene ni kita enti mukiri jemi ne no kichwalo padi ario magu aki Italy so manyoro ni kadok onyo kachero i Ulaya no padi ario oni kimukene mubi aki Africa kanyi Uganda no gubi chero i Italy.
Interview me and make a recommendation. Like, so they asked me about the spirit world, about this, about powers, about systems, and they're like, wow, how did you know all this? You never.
So joyoni ayeno gubinu ka interviewing en wekulu toki begi karme processing onyome yugu details mamege chalo passport gi jemi mopolata but karmen kiti penye en gamo mio answers oweng so chungu wi joni bene kibero dongu chako penye kikengini nyeri ungeyo nining nyeri ngeyo jemi nining
Not gone to school. You've never gone to a
so kiti penye ni ingeyo jemi eni nining icheri school icheri kwano
theology or to
ichero ka kwano Bible theology
any university, but
icheri university mo
you know all the things.
mwaka para dek iti penye ka ucheri university ini ngeo jami weng ingeo ginining
About the spirit realm, about history, about
ngeo jami weng makwako lobo mechwin
what, how. So
nining
they say, oh, we need to go with you.
so donki wacheni balmope wamiro ni wachet wan kiri.
So they carried me. Now I leave.
So the priest that came from Italy to investigate first, and then they took you with them.
I go with them. And they come. They pick me up. We go through Rwanda. They picked another girl there. I don't know why. Who had also strange powers.
So en madonki mine en basari enoni scholarship ki kwanyo en ki kany mechero dong i Ulaya meno i Italy ento gukaro ki Rwanda bene ki kwanyo nyago mo manyago eoni bene notiki tero mamege strange powers.
So we fly from Rwanda to, now we go through France. We stay.
So gikaro ki Rwanda mea ki Uganda gikaro ki Rwanda gicheri France
There for some time.
giberi France bikare mo manok.
And that's when I discovered that now I have been being moved from the African witchcraft, the crude witchcraft. Now I'm being initiated into the occult.
So
Okay.
kare eno ni ayedo well eno ubirigi kare meniang ni donc iti kwanyo en me beru as in me aki beru ya ajuaki onya ajuaka me i Africa kany ento dongiti ka kero en as in kitika initiating endok i Roma part menu me Ulaya kunu like an occult adini ngeo ngoma occult ubiru la win video kom leb ki kome maramo defining occult kileba chuli futpano ento occult la win video ramo biru chalo dini ento dini eoni tieme no jami matime ki ye kunu no dok papate tie pe biru chalo ngoma Yesu Kristo tiro o wega waini o win lokeni ni kore ki kore watiki occults Uganda kany watiki occults yacholi kany matime para mo wanyo ne ko binu pien ka ti mangeo ni diri no dano tika rin kanicha yaga dong le chen ki wani Robert yo wajo but team actually kitime majemi matime ki kanicha eoni inoni pepore ki jo malubu Yesu Kristo onyo ki jo ma kwano Bible. So la dete wani en benedong uchero dong kanyang tutwale madu ki Uganda ki chwale ki Rwanda ki Rwanda gut kwanyo nyago mo ki kunu bene mano tiki tero kirebe pat kenyira mukene go a ki kenyo gi cheri France ki France Kenya idong endo beru ki Carmen yang ni don kiti kwanyo eno kit me beru a jwaga me Africa kany ento dobi beru a jwaga mado kire pat matie I occult I style moma beru chalo dini you know ibiru itiu teach pachatan ento iromo ni maberu chalo kanicha style pangeo ko tinia beru chalo kanicha ento tim kunu weng no tim jok ento noki umoko pe bedu direct kitano kita jwa kitimu keri jami gi mai neno bene ni entity kuma chani ki boyu jamo ko wen timme ma in bene ki side ma megi neno chalo jami ma beja entity me ento no otika war chatan.
Because you said that in the beginning that there's a difference between witchcraft and the occult. Can you just give us a basic definition of what's the difference?
So la dite penyo ni otem gonyo ne witchcraft bela jwaki kidong occult.
The occult is a system. Actually, it's Satanism, the alliance of those that subscribe to Satan.
So, iti winyo ne? Witchcraft kidong occult. Occult oberu chalo dul. Padano ma beru onyomatiki waro ikom chatan kikome. Waro ikom chatan direct ikom chatan.
Most witchcraft is about people's traditions and cultures.
So NY kay neno jemi chalo timpa jwaki poleno beru chalo tim tekwaro gi ngongo gi ento occult no directly t connected kichatan.
The things they do and what they learn. But now this one is literally the worship of Satan as a figure.
Neno ni occult kimio deu kimio waro but chatan direct.
There, in witchcraft about the spirits and the powers, but now then it's like a system, a religion. So
occult tichalo dini, occult tichalo dini. La winjwiri ageno ni watinian, ageno ni watie kachel. Occult tichalo dini. I think mumi examples could be you actually can. Otherwise, will be lock. But occult tichalu dini. Ento ngomati meki yekuno. Waro chero direct bot Lucifer kikome. Ento ka jwaka onyo jwaki pole jemi weng time ki mini ngech ikom ngoma time ilobo mechwin. Kimini jemi mogo matime ilobo mechwin. Ento occult imio waro direct ikoma bot chatan ageno ni watikarachel ajwaki obuwachi babani ena etiti mkuman ama wayoni aetiti mkuman chwari tiki dago mukene. Okay? Kay miro timukuman. Kay miro timukuman miri wallu dok cheri roundabout. Itimukuman mane itilu dok kono ngongo gitika titi jami ento nongo gikubu in kilobo mechwin. Ento occult enini itimu direct bot chatan bot Lucifer kikome. Waro deu kono ngongogi nutika miyone bot chatan himself bedo chalo dini maki wago kineno chalo dini ang'eyo ni oneno ama kanicha mogo machamo kene jomo kene gi woro no gitika goyo lang iyo no gurogo kono mata papol ngogi jomo kene no gurogo makwa no gitika goyo lang giti what kitime kita kitimu kere jami work by me examples mapol.
I went there. I'm put in a religious house where what happened there is the worst experience I went through.
And why ne madong guchero okay football tero kache guchero de Italy ento why ne madongu oi France ena do well ne endong gitika initiating eno dong gimoma kiloni occult dong gite kwanyo en meberu ajwaga kiti kwanyo endong meberu I occult menu mewaro chatan direct so NYN kine madong kit makitere kikere I ot paluba mo po waini kanicha baru waini I ot paluba okay waini ot paluba so ngomo time ye kunu biru jemi maraju the worst experience ma endo no kikono wa win worst experience enoni
because to break my will a second time so, I have to be exposed to death and sexual abuse.
So NYN meturo tuerone tien Mario meturo tuerone tien Mario merikenani kenyoro kiwako timu jemi mogo maraju chalo ngoma NYN sexual abuse buro okay iyome buro sexual abuse
This one is a bit blocked somewhere.
You're teaching them.
They're teaching from me. So I remember the end of the year, this bishop and another priest they told me, we have a scholarship for you. So this one is a bit blocked somewhere.
Time you're what, 17?
18, towards 18.
Towards 18, 19. What happened at that point?
Was to break my will a second time, I have to be exposed to death and sexual abuse. So I am trained in the occult, but for the 5 years from 13 to 17, 18, almost every day I am molested and sexual abused.
Okay.
So, karima no endong ni chake maenti mwakapawi ya dek, wai apawi ya biro, mwakabich. Kivuru kede tatak. Molestation. Now molestation la win video angeoni tijami mukene mape wache no miri yen yo moma iramotiro ne mabe wekinyang but ye wekon wan wen wabid gi kare menyang jami mukene directly la bon luoro pien ko binangeoni tidiwo lutino donino tijami mukene abi wajo direct. Okay, sexual abuse and molestation kivuru kedita tek no peki penyo tuero ni kidong bene la win video no ivuru kichol wori pedak ni mona e binu molestation la win video ama kiramo wero ini lunyu boni kichako bongo komi mechoni kituku kere kitimu gina ngo molestation jami maraju ke ken menu ki wako kuno.
This part you didn't share in the 2017 testimony I heard. What?
So by men, by priests.
So like, Paddy aye timu kwa di tim eni wa wani ti jami mukene ti sensitive angeo ni cha mukene kibi wani eni ni balo nying ento beneti ni apeka tiru nying pangaru maiken unlock mo watika winyo neni tiedo nka weng lobo wengeo owero pa luoro katikere evidences stick away obibiro mele wich kangarumono katicho wani Robert kono ngongongogi lokeni nikingeo ka weng jomo biro katimu lokeni ni onyu joma biro katimu tim ming enini obiru Paddy ini winyo kiteno tiro kere anati gonyo ne mere kile bachuli so look enini la jo vuruki la jo la wore po chake tien po chake la wo ngeni nyeri kenywale onyo ochako bini lobo kanywa ikare cha mwakali bario kimi abungwen ki piara biro wi beach pelatin matitiri kidong bene jami mapolo chero chutime
You have to do that on me. I've written this in my book. That's the most
docho yo wavuko be vuk mamege mayono choyo testimony eninitie
they want to pluck out every aspect of me and then use
Wait, you're saying every day?
almost every
so timeni ni no time ni no kinino pimwaka beach kigang kingeo ni eno chero kakwan ento ngoma time kama enti yeni no gina pat kimiro kwanyo dano chano nyo chwiny moni padano matikom eni wagdo bed gina pat
for
5 years.
So you during the day you are like what they call the altar boys, you know, you are like you put on the
And this is an
idicheng no itichalo altar boys oruke kiwar enti diwongo matime komu no gina pat
a religious Christian in quotes environment.
idicheng kineno lu kristayo kineno dano enti diwo ginatime no pat.
So during the day you are like a trainee being trained to be a priest. So you put on the gown, you attend mass, you do all this. Now
idicheng no itiechalu kitifonyo in iti altar boy kitifonyo mebero pari kitimu jami weng mamete enti diwo jami loke ginatime no pat.
When you go back to the house, what you call the brother's house, you are molested.
So, tieka moma kiloni the brother's house. The brother's house. So kaki tere kunu ngeni kivuru ki ditatek berak pe vuru kono givuru ki dago nyo vuru ki nga onyo vuru ki sister ento no vuru ki cholu wori ki ye kono.
As a boy, by these men, they abuse you, they do all kind of things to break you completely.
So my question is, with all the powers you had, could you not use it against them?
Not.
You could not? How come?
Because Satan cannot destroy Satan.
So, la dito penyo ni in no itiki pero gena no itiki tero pingo tero ma no initi kere ni no pe tuero timo teach kere me defending komi me gengo gen me yeli me vurukeri tetek pingo pe tiu kitero ni cheno wa ni no petuero pien chatan peramo lwenyi kom chatan peramo lwenyi kom chatan ogamo kumeno.
But then you could use the powers to destroy other witches
who are lower than these ones.
So enwa ni ento no itiu ki tero ni me lwenyi kom ajwaki la dito gamo ni ajoni no gitie bedo chalo lutieno kero gipe.
Oh, were these in a higher ranking?
These are in a higher ranking.
So Johnny no gitie I Roma malo enta juaki mano en goyo gi lwenyi kom gi nego gi notie I Roma la piny. So jochani no gitie I Roma malo.
Because now it's all about the witchcraft and what it's about now, the system, the sorcery system, which rules the world.
Iti wenyane kimalo kunu dong piti chalu lokomoa jwaki teachpa jwaki kono itiera nga imio sacrifice bona meti mugina ngo ento kunu beru chalu system maloyo lobo beru chalu dul maloyo lobo jochani tego gidok kire pat kingo ki tego ma jwaki tikere tego chani dok diet karo pa jwaki so gindong giti chalo bosses gina edong loyo lobo giti ki control kita no jaminate mekere kita systems be lobo beru kere.
And they say which controls all the powers of the world. It's more not just a local witch somewhere.
Iti winyane ni peti chalo ajwaka mo kamwani joni tiki tero maloyo lobo weng ma controlling lobo weng. They are in a higher rank, geti rank more diet.
It's now a satanic system
This system pa Satan
that controls the world.
matika controlling lobo.
Wow. Okay. So that went on for all these years, and by the time you're what, 17?
17, 18, towards 18.
Towards 18, 19. What happened at that point when you finished?
Actually, my finishing,
Iti penye kare oni wengi ngomo time kidong kare me itia ko ngomo time no dong tiwai mwaga pa wi aboro pa wi abungwen
is that during those abuses and many years, I
kare madong te kare enoni maenti ka karo ki yeni
also got a
mak enti ka karo ki jemi maraju
and to break down. And I found, and they took me to a psychiatric hospital for 6 months.
so majami oni weng titime endong wi uchero chonywene biru chalo no do doko la poya pien kibiru katimu jemi maraju ikome kibiru ka vuru kede tetek berak pe biru ni kono ngobat choluware pari giteka de winyo ni ticheri brothers house ngea ni ludiru kanicha ayeno tika chiaro ka vuru kedi katimu ginangu jemi maraju. So wi uchero chonywene anada no biro chalo wi dong tika bale so kikwanye kitere I oriat palupoya chalo ki Uganda kan kichwali mutabika kadong situation udoko rach onyo ki gulu rifaro kan kichwali kamano kichoko jomoni mawigi pete mabe. So en bene kichwale I oriat kama kineno joma wigu bale joma lupoya biriye. So obero kono pi dwe abichiel. Obero kono pi dwe abichiel.
Pump drugs.
This was in Italy.
Yeah. And
So do confirming ni pien la deti openyo no nanen peti wajane ko bini ni kipenyo ni kaini de iberi Italy. So enogamo ni yes oberi Italy.
narcotic drugs every day in that I may be completely mad that I never recover.
So kibiru ka piro yati kome. Yari muguma kire pat. Ento tien loke beno biru ni kimiro ni obidla poya matual mapobi chang. Reason e meriti achele keni ka obiru la poya pobi biru ki kar metiru ngomoti mekome. Ka obiru ka po chang no pobi biru ki kar me mogo chadeni ikom ngomoti mekome. Pien gingeo ni nino mo bibiru ki kar me katiki mung ikom ngomoti mekome. So kitere kuno kaka chango en instead gibiru kapiro yeri mapat pat wek obed mano pechang.
It's like a way of like now they're gonna use your body but you're not in your senses.
So kiwaini kibitiu beru chelu itie ilweny ma kibitiu kikomi ento no paying komi.
For the 6 months I'm in this hospital, like a psychiatric hospital, they are trying to access information without my will. Like
so gitie ikare enoni I due abichel maeno biru I oriat palupo yani I due abichel kibiru kapiro yat maduong weken po bidgi karmeni ankome. So mission no tieni kibeki karmen nongo information men nongo mung mogo ma en tikere la bongeche.
they sedate you and begin to investigate, ask you questions. So they're using you to access information, but you're not in your, but the pain you go through, because like when they put you in this drug, like the antipsychotic drugs, they sedate you, and then also they are molesting you in that state. Sexual.
So kipiro yat kadongin pe tie like pe nyang komi kibiro ki kare me nongo information ma gin giti mirone kidong bene ikare enoni bene no giti ka vurkeri no giti ka molesting yeno kitimu jemi maraju komi pien no pingi komi roma kingaru moma kimiyo gwo chloroform gi kimiyo ngongi no pingi ukomia ngarumo ndambo timu gi moi keni komi kine me chero kanyang komi no dong balo timeo. So en bene makichwale I oriat en jemi maraju ki kena yobiru katime ento no hin pingiyo
molesting and abusing you in the hospital. And so all that we go, they are crushing your soul in order to use your soul to get information that they cannot access. So that's what happened for me all those years, the mental breakdown.
So kare oni weng no giti tamo lweny ikom tibune pien kadong kitimo kumano kitoro tibuni wekolo toki beki kare menongo information ikom tibuni ento no komi pengeo no in pengeo gimoiken no biru chalo you half dead no tibunitika miyo information ento komi pengeo.
Then after the 6 months in that hospital, in the mental hospital, they realized they had not broken my will completely.
So
gen antiwini inge duabichi madong eno aki oriat instead gu chero kangeo nyugu ngeo ni pedak gu toro chwinye kitano gimiro ni potime miri gi pochope.
now I'm a bit confused. Why?
So la diti do waini uyado ko nywene kany so dong ti penyo la peny.
Why are they trying to? Because you're already giving them information, right? So what were you?
So la diti pinyo ni pingo gitite mo ne pien no de miyo gi information nyo la gamweng magin gi miro pingo no dok giti mete ki gene ki uno in kumani.
Were they of the opinion you were holding some things back they wanted, or?
Onyo no gitamo ni gok mo no itiki information mo kene mano initiki ma gin giti miro ne.
What I'm trying.
What I've still not say that sometime I written this in my book. Sometime they discovered that.
So NY TJ mukene ma enpo wajo. So chawa mukene guchero kanyang ni.
Is a part of me they could not access.
Guchero kanyang ni. Tivut kome mukene mano ma pigi tuero nongone.
It's as if God was involved and sealed a part of my life.
So gitika anti ni biru chalulu ba no benetie mano biru kakonyo en owero po yabo vote kome mukene ni ma no gin giti miro nongoneni o silingo o loro yo enonio so joni gu yele kwe pegu meteki nongone.
They knew there's something I know, but they could not access it.
So gin no giti kingech ni nyeri tiki information ma tie ento pegituero nongone.
So to do that, they had to molest me, abuse me, sedate me, drugs, put me on drugs and different things in order to break me, because there's a part they could say like, we have had different people who have been used, but this one is a bit blocked somewhere.
So, blockage enoni, owero, guchiaro, gutimu jemi maraju kome. Yome voro, yome molestation, timu gina ujemi maraju kiken. Mabe gu katika malengo wa ini. Enini, pegingeo ngomaraj. Piendano weng mukene ni. Menongo information meti mgina ngo guti mujemi marajo weng ento enini ki yele kwe food pegitika no information money chani magiti mirane. So la dito tika waini biru chalulu ba beneno ti lwenye enini biru chalulu ba no ti lwenye enini owego chero sili ngoma no joni giti mirane pegu meteki nongo ne joni gu yele guvuru kede tetek meturu tibune guti mujemi maraju kiken wekolo tu chwiny mone padano ni obed peke. So anto luba poye joni pegu meteki nongo information inoni lokenoni luba okanoro.
What I'm trying to say that God in his power, in his ability, preserved me even when I didn't know him. There's a part of me that he kept sealed.
Senweni luba ogwaro en tivut kome mukene maluba okano ogwaro karibene no en food pengeo luba polare fudi.
Because if they had accessed that, maybe it would have been hard for me to come out.
So gwak mogo no kanogu no pate no ni no dong en pobe aki ki ching chatan.
Yeah.
So where are we?
So we're towards 17, 18. You're coming towards the end of your time in this place. Oh yeah, you're in the hospital. They're trying to break you some more with all these drugs and all these horrible things.
So hendo tiako gonyo lokenoni dongiti doke oriat. Okay? Kama dongi gikiye ma eno bilukatero nge duabichele no ni ki oriat.
Things going on.
Yeah. So I'm there. So they tried to break me and they could not. So they decided to bring me back home.
To Uganda.
To Uganda.
So guyele kwe polare. So kichwe chwin kikiniga gidwa honyeri Uganda kanya.
Now in that state. So I return home and I go by like a normal child, normal young man, like for 6 months and there. And then the two priests come back to Uganda to now.
From Italy?
From Italy again to what they came, when they came to me, now they came with love.
So, NYN Paddy Maguchwale Italy la chen madong kidwoko eni Uganda kanyeno biru chalo en chalo tino mukene pidwa bichiliken padi magutere Italy guduge Uganda kany ento this time dong gudugu mano gudugu kichwiny mema kono gitiporo de kona da ento dong gudugu kichwiny mema.
Remember the first time this man came to me, he said, I want to be your father. And that is what opened me up. Now, when he said,
so tien ma chel maladito bino waini amiro biro babani gino na yo yabo chunye pienen yang no pone no babane.
I want to be your father. I love you as a father. I am your father. The moment he said, I want to be your father, now I had to reveal whatever. Like I opened up all my senses.
So waini mapadi o kati ikin padi magudugu ki Italy. Yes, gudugu ki chunye ma so go wachani amiro biro babani amiro tero in chalo latina so pienen po biro ki chwiny money onyo ma money pa wego endo yabo chunye o tero mung mo ekan ma intikere joni gudugu ki style mukene guno ni style chani dong petiyu.
And then because I had opened up, so he takes me back. And then that's when he's in there initiating me as a guardian master, because I have openly accepted what they want.
So madong eno ye pien ki wacheni ya now la winjuri ngeni wakati wacheni ya miri lob lokeni ni mot I lob mano kachi twero chone kamo bene it is okay padi ayoga monyeri kikanyi inge kong timu jemi weng marajo ki Uganda kany ento polare joni gutimu nyeri gutero France ki France gucheri Italy ki Italy kunu ki kere I ot po wajo nika nichaba o wani ki ot paluba leb maino tiyu kere ot paluba so jemi maraju maini winya beru katiro ne otime maduonga ta naga kichwale ama I oriat palupo ya joma wigi peti mabaye so gitimu jami wenke taini winya beru katiro ne kede afterwards guno ni information weng penonge la deteti waini biru chalu lubano dong ngeo en biru chalu lubano dong tie kakonyo en ikom jami mukene piano wero joni peguno information weng magimiro so dong joni gumoro neni kidwok nyeri Uganda kidwoko nyeri Uganda ka nyeri biru mere chalo la tin chalo tino mukene pidwe maro mabichil so nyeri dong chako dong texting messages chako dong you know penyo la penyo ngongogi ikine kenyo waini ke yeya amiro biru chalo wego amiro biru chalo babani amiro nyutima ke ye so nyeri ye odong me biru ngo Latin papadi padi ma aki I Italy inge kenyo la nyeri la kwa dong tiwaini ngo tiwaini kara la peny enoni weng no tiki mission jami weng makiberu ka penyo en no mission tie la winjwedo chatan po bitimu gimwe ken la bo twero ni la winj radio chatan po bitimu gimwe ken la bo twero ni ina yeke isab meeting chi chatano bitiu keri o wego ka ichero bora jwaga bene kong ma achieli ini yeo ke ikwero bene gimomo bitime pere o wego yone pole biro iyo mechiane ketali bachiel ketali mia chiel kelali mia rio enon is just like a link so kadong ini wa ni yes dotum so en bene jamino time kumano no don kitika medo ruome eno dugo biru chalo dana obiru chalo lutino mukene ento ni okay communication ma obiru tie o wai padi ginario ni gudugi Uganda this time me biru chalo wego but instead ngomo chero chote me no gitika initiating eno me biru grand master me ilo rome madiet me biru grand master.
So it takes you back to it.
Now, this time willfully. Because remember, before I was deceived. When I was young, I was taken by my mother.
Mm-hmm.
When I was taken to Italy, I went not knowing. Mm-hmm. So they could not break my will. Mm-hmm. So they bring me back. He comes to me this time and then he says, I want to be a father. I remember Mr. Father. I want to love you. So he came with love. And for the first time, I felt accepted. Loved, accepted. And now, because he said, I want to be I want to love you. I want to be this to you. I want to do this. You're a good man. So I open up to him. Now he's embracing me as a father, and I'm the baby in me is longing for a father. So when he texts me, then he says, oh, you know what? Okay, now we're not forcing you. You're going to be a guardian master.
So what does that mean?
We are not forcing you. Pewatika diita tag ento ibibidu the guardian master. Kitiyu kiyo mukene. La windradio chatan tiyu kiyo mapul megamodano. Wegati wachini lok majui anawachi. Make winyo lokenini weng tikaporo kakare. Chatan obitiu kiyo mapul. Kotemo yo chano ngane obitemo mukene. Kotemo yo moni ngane obitemo mukene. Kidong bene. Chatan obitiu ki ngoma ini miro onye maro tutwal. Ka ini maro chenne obitiu ki chenne. Ka ini maro mon obitiu ki mon. Ka ini maro cham obitiu ki cham. Ka ini maro jami mirime jami lonyo obitiu kenyu obitiu ki jami oni la deti pono ma pawego so chatano ngeyo kenyo kita la deti tika wajone kiri jami mukene ni weng en kitiemu labo twerone kare mamine tere bot ama sultan tere bot ajwaga chani i Pemba i Tanzania enoni weng labo twerone ma eno chiero i Ulaya bene pobiro twerone owero pobiru azina chatan pobiru ki kare me kwanyo mung moni makimero ni wego kidwa ki Uganda kany kinodong kit me diero en chok kidong meneno ni kino twero ne ka in pe ye chatan obilwenyo kwe but the moment you submit, the moment imine dotum. So this is ngomoti meikoma laditi obiro duabichel joni guchako amari amiro biru woru amiro biru chalo wego kape neno maraj weka nyuti ma madong eno ye donki submitting eno chike waini peni dokwati katuru twero ni pedak ni kono ngongogi ento ini biberu the guardian master rank mukene madiet makaro mukene ni.
In comparison to what you'd been before, was this obviously sounds like a higher
This is a higher level, but also now you are like you're not a servant, you now appear with them, like now you've come into the ruling circle.
So la dito pinyo ni rome ngongogi so enogamo ni kaini pe biru chalo okay no kemedo rank mamegi ento dong pe biru chalo mokeneni enini dong biru chalo itikingi itie maroma kigen iti level achiel kedgi
To decide. So the time you're going to make your guardian master, you return to Africa, because there are always like 5 in the entire continent. You're going to be part of this council of the guardian masters.
So kiwache ibichero i Africa ibibiru ikindul money makiloni kono part of this council eno waini Tidana Beach. So eno bibedi kingi chalo guardian master. So no don't get him your direction. Ngoma eno bitemu.
And you're going to do our work, our system. You're not going to be in the witchcraft. You're going to
ibitimu ngoma wa mero. Baby beda jwaka. Ibi bedi system wa. Ibi bedi dulu wakany. Ibi lubu ngoma wa wachi. Itikinwa.
be normal. You're going to go to university. You're going to have money. You're going to have an organization. You're going to...
Ineno. Ni ibi biru chalo dano mukenene. Ibi cheri university. Ibi kwano. Ibi biru ki organization. Dulmo ma ini ma tiye tetuero ni bubi biru tiye. Awinjwe ya miri lub lokini ni kware ki kware. Angeo ni kine mo watiero ni no lutu yabuwai no nyuti kama pero tiye ikomi onyo i surrounding mamegi kama ini aki ye kama ini tiye organization mamegi ma ini tiye ni onyo dok tichi olutu obi mini neno mo
work with leaders in the nation. You're going to...
Ni bitiu kilutela. O bitiu ka chel kilutela. And in you weng la win video ti Warlock ma biru ka wachi. Ni polu diru weng lutela weng pole melobo. Chatando kwanyogeo. Macha mukene kono kodi lueng kono ngongo gi enini weng ti plan makachi in pe lubu ngoma kikero pe biritela Paul Joma ini winyo ni ngarumono beru kono president pikare mo cheki luenyi kome kikwanyo kitimungo kikwanyo no in pe kalubu kita no mission chani tikeri kaki no ni initi parallelo iti against pe iti lubu lok marachani magiti wachini programs chani kikwanyo so kaini dongiti wache ibichero ibiru grand guardian master ibiti yuki jo mukene mati i Africa kuno ibiti yuki lutela ibibiru ki organization mamegi ibi doka kwan ibi donyi university kidong bene ibibiru ki kare melo jemi mapol
really work with them. So like you're going to be like a representative of this system in your
country.
in your country, but
Ibi biru chalo ngo representative.
in the
Yeah.
No chung pigin ki Africa kany. Biru chalo ambassador.
In the region.
in the region.
It says there's only about 5 in the whole of Africa.
I Africa weng guardian masters tia beach.
So I'm in charge of the Great Lakes region.
So anti in charge of Great Lakes region. Now la win video. Koni bipenya ni Great Lakes region ti kwene. East Africa ti Great Lakes region. Rwanda, Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya, part of Congo, Burundi. Nanoni weng ti Great Lakes region. And yeti guardian master mati in charge.
Another one in charge of the Southern Africa, another in the Western, another in
Jo mukeneti Southern Africa, mukeneti Western Africa,
Northern, that is Sub-Saharan, all
kidong Northern Africa, kidong Sub-Saharan Africa.
these regions. So when they told me, okay, now you're not going to be a slave or a servant. Now you are one of us. You're a leader. You're great.
So, kiwache, baby biru upi machel, baby biru latichwa, ento ibibiri kinwa, lumok tam.
Man, and all this. So they ordained me as a guardian master of that system.
So, kikero en chalo guardian master, me system enoni, system pachatan.
And they sent me back to Uganda
So kichualo en, kidwago en, Uganda kany.
to go and identify 5,000 young people and recruit them.
So kichuale me recruiting, me nongo, lutieno, onyo, vulu, aliba beach.
Now, the young people was to find the young people in universities.
Vulu Mati University.
So I was to go and become a student in the university. And
So, Menongo Lutino University and Mirobed Latin Kwan Mati University. Vulu Aliva Beach.
identify bright students
Mironong Lutino Mariek. Lutino Kwan Mariek me University.
in medicine, in law,
Jomatibu like medicine. Joma Kwano Lokom Chik. Lokom Yat.
in education,
Jomati education Lokom Fonye.
and recruit them in Satanism from the university.
So enoni kikero wek enobed kikare me recruiting onyo me kelogi iwaro chatan.
By the time they finish university,
Kare madongi tiego university.
they already recruited.
No
So
dongiti recruited.
they go in the marketplace
Gichero dokchuk.
already. For example, this is a doctor, a surgeon, a lawyer, teacher.
So they're agents because they've
So kare madong now la win video win enini bene timoro ngomana tika wachi kajui ini winyo lokmati wachi aberu ka wachi ni Johnny tika weng Johnny ti school Johnny ti oriari mapapat Johnny ti businesses mapat kono companies mapat pagamente oloto agentity na win ngoma la dit tika wanyone ni Vulu Aliba Beach. Ikine magitiego kere kwan no gina dongo bibero representative. Kama gitie timutich giki yene. Manyuni dakta mokwano medicine onyo lokom yat. Obichero ka tiu tichani. Ento tiu tichani no benetika tiu tich pachatan. Ini neno mere dakta. But ilobo me chwiny no beneti tiu tiche. Kati oriat ngat mati chao dano tiu tiche ni ini neno tiu tiche ni ento iyome chwiny bene no tika tiu tich pachatan bene angeo ni dano magu karo kite kare enini no gira mo ne ini winyo companies mogo mayugu yo ini winyo chaden ma wakero kany ma chala chiel joni gi yubu ento gi yubu kamoni mano gi onyo remu mwaga ki mwaga no dwe moni ka oromo kamoni kenyo wanga accidents otime ka pe ariyo adeko nyangwen wanga dano wane these are all techniques mission kaki chwalo i education jomu kene go yabo school ki recruiting dano ento mwaga ki mwaga dano lutino ta kapoto ki i dormitory gok mogono bero lweny iken lutino onyo mogono ramo time chalo luku ayo donyo chiki goyo onyo chamu kene schools mogo matiki swimming pool iwinyo ni latino pori pi chuta tija imu kene make yubu make like kitimu sacrifice iyo mabo kitimu sacrifice iyo mabo yomu kene gu kero swimming pool ineno mere swimming pool o kimwaga no iwinyo ni ngaru mono pori swimming pool iwinyo ni amaguchi ero for tour ngaru mono pori pi so windongo ma enti wajane en university
Already recruited and initiated.
But initially very educated, so you cannot know that. Like you can't say this doctor is a witch or this lawyer is an agent of witchcraft and all these.
So ni no giriek ngech tie I ro malamal mabe pera mo be ne ningo ngateni ni tie jwaga onyo ngateni ni tie genti pachatan.
My work was return to Uganda, go to the university, become a student there, identify such students, sponsor them, give them all they need.
Iwinyo mission mamege dugi Uganda donyi university yeny lutino kori lutino ma wamero ni lutino mariek migi bursaries migi scholarships nongi teach migi chene only weng yo me recruitment,
give them the best education,
minigi kwan matie I ruo malamal,
send them to different universities in the world,
chwalgi I universities mo pat mailobo
turn to you
mabejo
and take over the marketplace. So that was my work. Then another work was identify the churches, the men of God.
Teach mukene non kanicha
Who are still
lutich paluba
not compromised, break their power.
non lutich paluba kanicha tutwali lutich paluba ma food pegging onyoma food peki recruiting gen itim pachatan onyo teach onyo mebira genti pachatan
Break their mind.
so mission no tie metoro kanicha metoro lutich paluba mekwanyo giki yo paluba meduoko gi iyo pachatan chi yen kanicha egune chi yen lutich paluba egune
Arranges, break their businesses, break their churches,
iti winyane kono la tich paluba tiki business kono titi ungome no chene chamu kene ki binu ka kino ni tero ni ti kom family mamegi ki breaking family mamegi ni ki poko in ki daro ni ki kelo lwenyi di oti kadong ki nyuano oti manyuni waka nicha bene ki bi nyuano pie norong wi peti umabay ya dong la chen ki no yo mediro in ki mini tamu keneni
Destroy them because they were a threat.
The specific aim was men of God.
Yes, men of God. Attack them, break their marriages, break their businesses, scatter them. There are specific ones like this one, like this one, like this one, like especially.
so kidong bene karmano makiti chwale no don ki miyo nying pa en lukwari lutich palubama kimino ni ki breaking gino magiti meni gine edung gitima magiti chung matek piluba ki to business gi ki to family gi ki tim jay marajo gi ken kanicha wen ki balogo
The men who were not compromised, but also I've observed that men who were committed to prayer, not preaching prayer. But most of my attacks were on.
so chalo chuo mogo mano ti committed magilego full maticho kiluba pegi winyo logata tani mission mamegeno tikenyo
Prayer ministries, churches that were praying, the churches where we were calling people
churches mogo mano lego full
fast to repentance.
jo male churches mogo maluo dano medonyi ni rikech
Holiness. So my work was raise these young people, young girls and young boys. While you're raising them, you're training them also to break churches.
neno so lutieno ma kiwaini enobed kikar me recruiting kibifonyo gi metiu tich pachatan ento bene kifonyo gi kidme toro kanicha kidme toro lutich paluba kidme balo businesses kidme balo family kidme timu jemi maraju kidong bene ti kanicha mogo madong it was rest assured king'eyo ni kanicha enini miriwat balogo ng'ate nini time ningo ena edong you know so binu no nying pa jo mogo lukwari mogo matego tiedong kono
To defile men of God, to go into the churches,
Sexual
immorality,
Yes.
take them in there. So kill the fire, because as long as the fire, you've killed the fire of prayer, then we can control a territory.
so enoni weng obedo me neko mach paloba so no miriki il rome vuru sexual molestation jami mapola ta weke nek match paloba wero gibedo kikare me controlling kabiru money so en bene me controlling the Great Lakes region kama kichwale yeni no mirobin otim kori jami enuni o bal dano o il rome vurkin vulu kanicha lukwadi o bal odipa lukwadi lutich paluba businesses jami mapol an la wind radio enini lok weng madong tie katimeya kadi ya choli kan lok enini tika time pedak ni atika katiki gena nyen and enini weng jami ma abido ka wajo pire abido ka wajo pi jami egini weng instead e winyo ni Robert tika balu kanicha tika poko kanicha instead winyo ni Robert tika kelo luaro idul pa Yesu Kristo ko bidin de ti winyo ne ko bidin ana ya pe ka wajo ne lakwat mukene ti wajo ni lakwat mo beru katimu tich pachatan pikar malach mwaga piera riyo ya ngwen oberu katiu tich pachatan pi mwaki piera riyo ya ngwen an bene mo lare pi mwaka pa utere mwaka pa menoni chao so now in video wa donkey day kama knock chawa bungwen and gene dai kabungwen and then chawa bungwen ikome wa oya gikene but then gin mamiro wachi ene ni lokeni ni angeo ni oloto obiyabu wai kidong bene obinyuti yo maini ramolubune pol kara kelo lokeni ni wakini ti tich palba ichwin kada kidong bene angeo ni makade neno ko bidi ni missions mugumatie angeo ni ki yachuli kany bene jomati missions mapapat me balo tich palba me balo kanicha mugumati serious lok palba gitie maduong ata anada kawun po gwake kina mopo kina no gwak kanicha yoni bidongpe anywena bedi kindano anywena bedi kin lukwadi chamu kene bedi yo mechene kanicha ti don kanicho chako no chene poko dano chatandong tiyo ki yo enoni kijay mapol jomo kene pien donguri pi kare mo iwinyo ni wamiro system wamiro ngo pien eone iramo luo dano iya gikine ipori ya tero pachatan so let's continue a little bit wamete kong manok and then afterwards chabongwen werawinya kibotube.
So I was at the university and I'm doing that, getting young people. How do I get them? Through parties, orgies, organized concerts.
Orgies.
Iti winyane. Endong oduguchi ochako mission mamege. Ocheri university, ochako kwanobe. So enobedo ka recruiting lutino kwan. Eno ginining obedo ka no lutino kwan iyome party totally ningeo lutino university kiloka parties lokmoni ni kono la wemo ni tika bin kono ngongogi recruitment berotie jomoni ni celebrating happy birthday kiluo jomu kenen organizations ngogi jemo polia kirong chamu kene bene lokmoni ni kono OGs kono ngongogi kitimo recruitment oweko abiru ka chwalo alam oweka abiru ka wachi latina chuli miribed mawo yape petim jey mu kene pien dano mu kene titimune oweka abiru wachi ni in chamu kene bi wani Robert gok moguno ama atika lwenyi kom don lobo ya chuli kany onyo Robert moguno tika wajo kuman baratika wachi ani tika winyongo mala kwa tubene tika wayane through celebrations through parties kiberu kikare me recruiting dano kiberu kikare me initiating dano and chatan po bibinu kamaleng onyo po bibinu iyomo madano wengneno ni gini obitime kuman onyo luini in may miro bin onyo in may miro bin kogo kibitimu gimo inde bi poni tiye la bongech inde bi poni ti initiated no be pengeo ikuya kine me charo kan nyangje mukene no dong action do chako timeo pavoli ala win video kay miro mo ne ada in ke ko ko nge mwaga dimo ni bineno kit padano mo gulu kanyo biloke mo polia waluoro moni ikom lubano bi aw instead bi no ni dano mano maro lubano dano mati gok mo no way di charo en ko di style oni bene ko binina iti teme America iti teme lo Ulaya owero bene ki Ulaya ka kiti lego piri ini poro gok mogono chien uchako manifesting konu loka chien peke ka ini poro ichako time kono ngo ichako lok kono ngo kiwaini engatini nitie ma wiye ti bale kibitiu in kikenyo kiriu kiriwai oriat ma kichwali ye oriat palupoya memini treatment pien kibinoni wiyi ti bale ento botwa kany ti olunture ramo bira da ramo biro gopa ramo bira da ramo biro gopa ramo bira dani ada chen tika yelo ngarumoni an miro lega mabene ka kilego ichwiny kada ng'atino no bichang onyora mo biro bena dani onyora mo biro gopa ni lokeno ni is concocted lokeno ni ki yuba nino malachen abikelo lokeno ni ini win kitano jami mukene ki yubu kene owega wa ini jamu kene ka itika wajo lokada dano pe miro winyo lokada eno ini win katiki lok gopa ibicho ko dano mapolata kina mira wachi menongo dano matiu kada moge wino dano bichu nyapa ikin dano maduong ata an pol kare jo enoni meniang ni giti logo da no dong be gi pe logo o time kumeni kom Yesu Kristo beru kabako doge o beru ka logo lok mapola ta ngaru momo yelo kepe Antonino madong kara ne do romo medok botwone madong kichwalo chwiny maleng ena edong dano do chako yeningo ada ngoma eno biru kawajane obiru lokada roma ki chamu kene ka giti wachi gimo ikwero either imiri bill imiri guri imiri tem yaga don ka de temo de neno nyu racho nyu be yaga de mogo ningo ada kenyu pe be munyu kenyu be. This is what happens in the world. Tatano umuangdano. So lutua chabu ngwendo romo angeo ni idwe mabichel idwe mapario la wemu yoko berutie angeo ni jema polo chero time and history ma anangeo ikom la we ma obinu kan idwe ma pario la winredo tini waka wachi history ma anangeo ikom la we ma obinu idwe ma pario la winredo obed ma wangu tuolo ya agigi piny ka dong kara ne dong tie dano manok ayobi ye kom loada pol dano bikwero dano manok ayobi ye kom jemi mukene ma Bible tika wajane according to ngoma anangeyo la win video Johnny Nogiti inario pien giri lutino rudiko but ten machel gupokeo gudok chen do gupoke ngoma pogogi loka chene but kitung bora ngeo ni peni loka chene enoni team mission me bang widano Mario Johnny gitie idul ma bol kare ini winyo ana logo pireni kuno te kade donyo tap itiki chene weng ma ini miro ento sacrifice ina yepetimu chatana yetimu owekole chencha wobi moni ma obinu kanti miro donyo iyome donyi tepi awaini awajo ni ibi nego dano ni owenchi tiego ini bibiru ka enjoying chene ibi biru ka no chene ento mamani obichero babani obichero neru omegini lumegini kadong kitieko dano ina ede chero last an pol kare pe kiwaini ngogok mogunu kara ni duro mokono kiwaini inde ti chero kango lemono kiwaini serving chero kuno ka waro chatandong direct. You go there to serve. Now that service means kikwanyo komi kikany ento ibi biru ka dugu either ibi dugu ichal pangatu kene mano pekingi ento no ititimu mission pachatan onyo ibi binu iyome chwiny no ititimu mission pachatan yoma pat megamo jomo kene. So this is what I'm telling you ni. La dit mo binu idwe ma pario ni. Lok duongi kome. Anada, you people should know that these people even have a jet. Angeo ni cha mukene nga kichako lok mukene kiwaini ingeo kado en dano katiki lokene ni ni ikarema no inipe kichene dano degi dano way ikarema de no chene kichako dongwai ni cheri tepi timo kinango. But I just want to tell you that there is no smoke without fire. Kidong tie petie gimomo bukane pinaga wanga dane ukati adaka ini no lonyo onyo alora ikuoni iyo mabe karaneo biromo chibeno binyote ka ini no iyo maraj bene karano biromo cho binyote ini niluba owajo pere ti Bible piti gimomo bukane pinaga obukati. So this is the same thing I'm telling you. Otherwise kikati kiloki ni dandong chako ni piendong kuman dong kichako ni icheri tepi konongo enoni weng is just covering up. Enoni weng is just covering up. Adane obukati. So what am I saying? Johnny enyeri mobini do ma pario unungeo tegani minepe immediately ma min giuta. These people got a jet fighter kubat a jet plane dege and they are the ones owning it, but this is blood. So you want to move to another level, you have to sacrifice. You want to move to another level, you have to sacrifice. La chencha bera waini nino mo mira nonkong nino mo abin kany atit jami mukene makwako luwe kore ki kore wekini nyang ni cha mukene no initi lubula we moni chalo your icon on your maybe he does what you like. Roma you are praising, you are worshiping chatan iti woro chatan no ikaro ki komngate noni no ngate noni aye tika wero ini tika worshiping chatan pi no itimu ngoma entity mone. Kobiri watikila we makichwalo waro matimaraj anto angeo ni kalokeni ni ukati kumandano weng tamo lok mapat jami mukene miritam iyo mechwin. In the physical ibi neno gina part, but iyo mechwin no there is a communication ma kitika miyone. That is why I'm telling you to make achievements with the devil you have to sacrifice. And that is what these people do. That is why adek kata ki nying, otherwise naramo tije mi mukene kore gi kore dano magu karo ki rem because of tich pachatan te kade failing wanga ki uni kaki uni ibi winyo ni la wemo ni chok to la wemo ni timarach ento kade itieko sacrifice tap komi jingo you become active once again. Ka ini kwero ka chatanti ka dini don kamoni ini kwero kitimia malit owego jomu kene gito kwero go matual and kikwanyo kuone ento jomu kene pien gitamoni lutino na gitamoni ana ye is the breadwinner at home ngarumoni ye me sacrificing kome pidano magang. These things are happening. Ngarumo buwachi paka. So right now, dano wengtika jumping gulu my business ki Kampala gulu o my luwe ki Kampala kai ini kati kai logo kuman ki wejiningo. You are an enemy to development. You are a peka kwero neba, but I'm like, be careful. A peka waini raj, I'm like, be careful. Because some other events are events they do initiation, celebration. Cha mukene no gitika milo iro rank pangarumoni. Me medo rank pangarumoni. Kichero kitimu celebration kamoni chane. Gokmogo no ikabiro mangate no ni beriye. But nino eno ni makitimu gineoni wanga recruitment otieme. Wanga initiation otieme. Kibivuro kidano. Kibitimu jemi malik. But eno ni weng baby neno ki wang mamwani. But you'll be able to translate all the things. Kalobao nyuti iyo mechwing. That is why ati wachini bi mogo cha dan. If at one point in time, that is why I was telling you yesterday, ni at one point in time, and you risked, gokmogono miri mekoma yoteri, ento no peiti serious kingate noni. I want you to evaluate yourself before and after. Before and after. Neno ma inivuro kinyagone. Onyo neno ma inivuro ka wobini. And then afterwards ngomotime. Kei chero ka neno what happens. Your general lifestyle teni ning. Are you still lucky like before? Is everything working out for you? Is money still coming the way it is supposed to be? Think out of the box. And then you will tell me. So, human football team. But I want you to be I want you to watch and then see how things are going to go by. And then afterwards, awinyo nidwe mabichel. So, eninidati wachi before. Chani alingoro and I told you after. Okay? But this one I'm telling you before. Remember, poluluwe machon chon pole wegiti system. Kono Michael Jackson. Kono almost all these musicians here. Either not ye Illuminati, kapeti Illuminati, not ye a Freemason. Kapeti Freemason, not ye in the bankers. There is a connection all here. This is what the devil does to manipulate the world. In paving you kita inibidonyo kere kunu. In paving you yo mobitere kunu. And Paul kare gina wego dano donyo ikom jami igini weng pole chan. Narumono buwachi ni kuoche. You have to enjoy. Life is short. but enjoying life because it's short. What about your spirit? Where is it going to go? Tibuni inge kwame lobo enini bicheru kwene. Remember, our body is a vessel. This is just a vessel. And the devil can kill it anytime. But God kills both. What do you think? I want you to think about that. Lotwa. Uye agika Kenya pini no matini. Daika pario mokari koma chawa abungwen. And chawa pa no watiki a big J. You may wake up with God. Okay? You may wake up with God. So uye agika Kenya lok mukane wabi winyo dire. Yes. Kita ini winya wajo kere wabi bero katero lokeni ni mot. And tini la win radio wagero chawa chel kidai kapa ageno ni de masteringo chawa chel kidai kapa ke mastering kenyu dira bipenyi chawa chel kidai kapa so dire wabichako kikenyo watiki message mechawa adek fudu wa winyo chawa chele ken menu piana miro ni lutedero obed gi kar meniang karibene chamo kene gok mugunu ape ka gonyo ne kitanu ama unu miro ni ankede but atamoni ulutu dano tika picking the message but otherwise kana miro ni what kitatikere ni ama nina chele ken no watiago winyo ni owe nina chele ken but lokeni ni weng tika warmot kuman piana miro ni ulutu megina kilo megina matikin gankuno ubegi karmenian kedong bene pera tak tutual menian we kolo tu pecheri bal otherwise tj mukene mo watimu pian pe wangeyo kuya pinti kenyo watimu jay mukene pian labo ngech wa pekere but kada mini ngech kumane ibi pori bal nini no hingeyo ya ibi pori ya tero pachatani ni nkai ngeyo lake. So that is it. And anyway, let me stop that. Let me just come to a conclusion, and we call it a day. It's already 3, and time is up.